Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome into a natural movement session. Today we'll go through 7 different moves, but we'll first start off in a breathing bridge. We're going to be doing 10 cycles. So lying on your back, you're going to place your hands on your ribs. You're going to lift your butt into the sky so your spine is nice and aligned. And you're going to begin to breathe in for 5 seconds. Breathing into your hands, so trying to push those rib cage out laterally. You're going to hold for 3. And then you're going to exhale for 7. And then reset. You can drop your butt, reset, and then repeat this pattern for 10 more cycles. Again, as you breathe in, you're breathing into your lower ribs, pushing those ribs out into your hands. You're going to hold that. And then as you exhale, you want those ribs to come back in as your diaphragm raises back up. Breathe in, fill in those low ribs first, then mid ribs, then upper or lower chest, and then reverse that pattern on the way down. So lower chest, mid ribs, lower ribs, and then reset and repeat. Keep going for 10 cycles. Next up, we got knee pull-ins and frog kicks. So lying on your back, you're going to inhale, and then on your exhale, bring your knee up towards your face, towards your chin, as you get a nice stretch through the glute area as well as the growing area. Inhale, extend your legs out. Exhale, pull the one knee in. You can also perform circles, pulling in from different angles. Whichever feels best for your body. You can do both knees at the same time if you'd like. And then with frog kicks, you're going to extend both legs out at the same time and then pull them in at the same time. Extend out. It looks like a frog kick, and that's why, hence the name frog kicks. Now we'll get into rock and roll-ups. So again, lying on your side, you'll take your knees to your chest. You can place your hands on the backs of your knees, and you can begin to just rock and roll around your mat. You can also perform these press-ups where you're using your momentum to help press you up into a figure four position on your hip. This does a nice job of getting your body moving as well as turning on your hips and getting some space in those joints that don't usually get a lot of attention and that are oftentimes really tight and bogged down. Again, keep a good solid breath here, in and out through the nose. Good work. Next up, we got 90-90 hip swivels. So from a seated position, you'll have one leg posted in front, one leg behind in a 90-degree position, both legs. And then you'll flip or swivel your hips. You can use your hands posted behind you for support, but make sure your feet stay down as you turn those hips and flip the sides that the legs are pointed. You can also sweep your legs, so taking that back leg up and straight and then sweeping both legs through to come to a 90-degree bend on the other side. Then again, you can also perform those press-ups, those hip press-ups, using the strength of your core and your hips to press yourself up into a figure four position. And that's a very nice stretch for the hips. Just continue to breathe through this as we work here. Great work. That was our main series. Feel free to repeat that as many rounds as you'd like. But now we're going to get into our cool down. We got 3 movements here. We're going to first start off with our lunge stretch for about 1 minute and 15 seconds each way. Within this, I want you to really pay attention to your breath here. We're going to be breathing in for 4 seconds, out for 6. So breathing in a neutral position, and then exhaling as we extend into that stretch for 6 seconds. And the reason that the exhale is a little bit longer than the inhale is it will begin to stimulate and activate that parasympathetic rest and relaxation and recovery mode for the body to really restore itself. You can also add this overhead reach. Again, breathing in for 4, out for 6. And this is another variation where you're placing your hands inside that front foot, swooping it through a full range of motion, and then sinking back to really get a nice stretch through those hamstrings. And go ahead and switch sides. So again, starting in that nice lunge position, breathe in and extend into that stretch, keeping that back glute flexed. So you feel a nice stretch through the quads and through that hip flexor. Add in an overhead reach, just like the breathwork we did at the beginning of this movement practice. And here's that total body opener. You'll feel a really nice stretch through that front glute and front side hip. And then here you'll feel a nice stretch to those hamstrings as you sink back. Make sure you stay strong in these positions. Good. Next one we'll get into is long and cross-sit stretch. So from a seated position with your legs straight out in front of you, you'll breathe in for 4 again. Then exhale as you extend from your hips. Stretching forward, reaching forward. Come back into the neutral position. And you can repeat. As you reach forward here, think about pushing your butt back and extending from your hips. Not just reaching from your back, but extending from your hips to get that total body stretch. You can also pull your legs back into a cross seat position and perform the same reach forward. Really taking the time to match your movement with your breath so you begin to really rest and recover. You can also add in these overhead reaches towards one side. So here going towards the left leg. This will add in a nice side body stretch, as well as a nice stretch to those legs. Flip sides on your cross-seated position. Reach overhead going the other way. Good, and the final movement of this cool down and of this practice is the lion butterfly or shavasana. So we're going to be here for about 2 minutes and 15 seconds. We're going to have a breath rhythm of 3 in and 7 out. So you can place your hands on your side of your rib cage if you'd like, to really begin to try to feel where that breath is coming into and try to fill those hands with your breath. And then exhale and let everything relax. Again, you'll be here for about 2 more minutes. Enjoy this time of peace and silence and stillness. And that's it. Great work today, y'all. I really appreciate you coming in to move with me. Hope to see you again. Remember, you are nature.